Oh, and are we writing myself like essay? No, it's not even funny. Hello beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, my name is Anne and I make college and lifestyle videos. If you want to, you can grab some juice, something, put it in a wine glass. You have one, makes it delicious, luxurious, whatever. Thank you for coming to my FaceTime date, but I just figured I'll just do a get ready with me and just, you know, have fun, talk about stuff, deep, funny, everything. Let me know if you like this kind of videos and we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna moisturize. Okay, so the first topic that comes to mind is, do y'all ever feel like you're living like a zombie? I don't know if it's just me, especially in the summers where I work. It's usually go to work, come back, do any chores that we like, kitchen chores or whatever, watch TV, sleep at the right time, wake up, do that over and over again. And the weekends, because I work on Saturdays and go to church on Sunday, like I don't really have a weekend, so everything is crumbled together. I said this the other time in my vlog. I don't know if I'm the only one like this, like that feels like a zombie sometimes with how life is playing out. I don't know if this is what adulting is about, like having a routine and going over, and then when you get the chance to travel or something, I don't know, delve away from your routine a little bit and then it becomes living. Because now it just kind of feels like surviving and like not living. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but let me know. But also the parts, like the times in the days that make me feel like I'm actually living or like doing something, it's kind of a routine as well, but not really, is when I'm driving or like on the way to work, or especially when I'm on the way back home from work. That time is like the time where I get to listen to music, drive slowly because I'm not rushing anywhere, and just like enjoy the moment. And that's like the days or the times where I feel like, oh, I'm living. Or I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but because we're like a creature of habit and we have like a specific habit, especially when you're working, it becomes like living like a zombie and not really having a life. When I think about it, sometimes it's like that way. The second thing that I want to talk about is that my dad has been watching this show, and it's this show called Oyepa. So if you're Ghanaian, you know this show, but if you don't, it's like a radio show where people bring their issues ranging from family, marriage, but most of the time it's marriage problems. And one of the occurring themes that I've seen is like not even older women who are like, I can understand that they're taught traditionally, but even young women come in with issues about, in a way, like they can't live without a man optimally. And it's like crazy to me. This thing is not, it doesn't just stem from the show that I'm talking about right now. It's like everywhere as well. Especially women will stay in relationships that are emotionally abusing, physically abusing, people that are cheating on them, and then stay in a relationship just because they want to be in a relationship, or just because they want to say, oh, I have a man, or I'm married. And it really sucks for me because I'm like, why are we doing this? What's the point? I don't get it. I don't know if my situation is the reason why I don't get it, or because a lot of people stay in abusive relationship, and it's really crazy to me that why would you stay there? There's no point. The relationship is not bringing you any joy or peace or anything. I know not all relationship brings joy. There are ups and downs in every relationship, friendship, parent, child, amorous relationships, but these amorous relationships that is like an occurring theme. That's why it's kind of concerning to me. If it was like one or two, then fine, but people are just tolerating BS in the name of being in a relationship or marriage, and it's just crazy to me. I don't know if you guys see that kind of issue, but also let me know if you think it's alarming, like the rate that it's going. And it's just not on this show, it's on social media as well. I watched this podcast and they read tweets and also people's dilemmas, and people will genuinely stay in an abusive relationship just to say I'm in a relationship. It's really alarming and crazy to me. Like, what? Why? What's the point? Also, one thing that I've been seeing lately is so many people lack communication. It's not even funny. So many people lack communication skills. I believe schools should be teaching communication skills because it's that alarming. Even in friendships, some people hate confrontation. I hate confrontation, honestly. I know most people hate confrontation. They would rather keep quiet or like tolerate certain behaviors and stuff than actually speak against stuff or confront people about issues. And I understand because it's not easy to do it, but also there are moments in life that we need to confront people about certain things. Like, it's important that we do that, but so many people would rather shut other people out or down than actually confront issues. And many people are losing friendship because of that. Like, they would rather not communicate. So many people need to go for communication classes. And I don't know if it's just me. I know some girls will relate to this. I hate the question, I would like to get to know you. I don't like that question at all. I don't know why. I don't know. If you want to get to know someone, I believe you can get to know them through conversation, not that question, I would like to. So then we're gonna spend time saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I live here. Like, are we writing myself like essay? No. And I don't have the energy and the time to be doing all that. So. Oh. And not just about getting to know people, also people also lack communication skills in the terms of language or speaking for people to, they just speak to speak. They don't speak to understand or try to understand where the other person is coming from or try to listen to them or embrace or understand what they're saying. They're just saying whatever they want to say, and if you don't get it, then that's it. But that's not good at all, because if you're having a communication or you're having a conversation, each person has to listen to the other person to be able to have a conversation. If you are just listening to listen and whatever I'm gonna say is like you're blocking your mind from it, then what's the point of having a conversation? And that's also why I hate confrontation or asking or telling people stuff, because people will speak without listening, and even if they are listening, they are not actually listening. They're just looking at you, or it's going through one ear and entering the other. Like, your consent doesn't matter to them. They're just listening to listen. They don't care what you're saying. And you understand or you see that when you're having a conversation with people, like, you can see they are not actually listening to you. They're just listening to listen. They are not listening to understand you, or maybe understand why you're saying this or why you're doing this or why you're doing certain things. They're just listening because they have to stand there and listen, but not actually listen to bring a resolution to maybe a problem or an issue, or listen to your concern about something. And that's why rooming with random people sucks, because now you're rooming with someone, and there are things that you grew up with that they wouldn't understand, or they grew up with that you wouldn't understand. So you have to communicate, and there's definitely gonna be a clash. So you have to communicate with the person about certain things, so that people also lack compromise. Yes, people don't compromise these days. They're like, it's me, I'm right, that's it, nobody else is right, and I'm not gonna listen to anybody else. You gotta compromise in every relationship that you're in. People don't know how to compromise these days, because they're not even listening to you in the first place to even compromise. That's the thing. In relationships, there are certain things that you're gonna sacrifice, or certain habits that you have to compromise on. For example, if I go to school and I have a roommate, there are things that they will have to compromise. Like if you're a dirty person and I'm somewhat of a clean person, you have to compromise and at least clean a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to be willing to at least be willing to change, because you're not the only person living in the room. The other person is living in the room, and if I'm the only one compromising and keeping quiet and doing things that will accommodate you, that's not fair, because I'm also paying and you're also paying. So why do I have to do what will make you happy, but you are not willing to do things that, like, we have to meet in the middle? And so many people don't get that. How can you be in a relationship with someone you're not willing to meet in the middle? How is that gonna work in any way, shape, or form? It's just not gonna work if you're not willing to compromise. Let's move on from that. The topic that I want to talk about is it just me? Or you're gonna hear is it just me a lot, so bear with me. Is it just me, or the more I grow, like the harder it is to tolerate people's BS? Like, it's so hard to keep quiet when people are just blatantly doing the wrong thing. At first I'd be like, I don't know, maybe it comes with age, because you're like, oh, I'm younger, I'm a child, so and this comes from, some people wouldn't get it. Some people, like, even if I'm a child and you're wrong, I'm gonna say it. But if you're like a Ghanaian, where age is very important, and we have a culture where even if you are right and you're young, you're kind of wrong, you wouldn't understand. But if you are, you would understand that like the culture is different. Like, if you're younger and you're wrong, or you're right, you're kind of wrong, because if you're competing or speaking to someone that's older, them being old makes them automatically right. But no, that culture needs to be dismantled immediately, because so many adults are just doing crazy things that we are all just watching them do and not saying anything about it. That's not right at all. Another theme that I've seen I've been seeing a lot of themes. Ooh, that's a pretty color. That I've seen is a lot of people don't know themselves, and they project their fears or things that they've done onto other people and expect them to keep quiet and take it. And since they don't know themselves, their words and their action are so opposite of each other. pretty. I don't know what is pretty. That's why I believe it's important to not get into or rush into situations or relationships without actually getting to know yourself, because now you're inconveniencing the other person and you expect them to be okay with it, and when they're not okay with it, and then you're like, oh, they're a bad person, because you are oblivious of who you are and what the harm that you can cause to people from your actions. And that's not fair. That's not fair at all. Also, I feel like the more you grow up, the more you appreciate parents or guardians, because now you get to understand everything that entails being an adult. And apart from just being an adult, now that I'm like 21, apart from being an adult and having to do all the things that you have to do to survive and also live, like not just surviving but actually live a life that you feel like you're happy, it's a lot, and it gets overwhelming so easily, so easily. With school, with planning the future and all that kind of stuff, like so overwhelming. I'm like, how do they do it? Plus also taking care of like the parents that have a lot of children, taking care of themselves. That's why a lot of you see a lot of parents neglect themselves in the end, because they don't even, you realize you don't even get time to even take care of yourself while also take care of children. So they lose sight of themselves in the process of doing everything that they need to do to survive and also take care of children. Like, it's scaring me, and I'm like, do I even want children? Do I even want children? Because it seems like a lot of work, like a lot of work that I don't even want to get myself into, because I was like, it's so hard taking care of your own self. And to talk about taking care of a whole child that even won't listen to you, seems like a no. Seems like a no to me. And then you get to understand why parents overreact when their children are not listening to them or just going wayward. Such heartache, like doing all that. Imagine doing all that and like I kind of wasted my time. That's how I feel like it would feel if you have children that are irresponsible and not listening. Highlighter on the notes is so pretty. I don't know why I never did that before. Oh, also, let me try and do a wing. It never goes right, but I'm just gonna try and see. Anything near my eyes makes me want to tear up. Also, I feel like I've never really heard anyone talk about this, but I feel like having a dream is so cumbersome, especially when you have a dream that you can't work towards it all the time. Right now, I have a dream of growing my YouTube channel, but I can't be sitting all day at home working on it because I need money and I need to work. So now it's cumbersome because I have to work and also work towards my dream. It's like so cumbersome to think about it and wanna working on it all the time, that at some point you kind of lose sight of it. You get to the point where it feels, why am I even doing all this? What's the point? If you're not really passionate or steadfast in it, it's so easy to lose sight and then not even wanna work towards it anymore. because we felt like, what's the point of working so hard, especially when you're working towards it and it's not really looking up. It feels like a waste of time. So to be able to have a big dream and actually work towards it, and it's like a big thing. So I don't even get why people put other people don't have dreams down, because I feel like you're living the dream. You don't have a dream because you just want to live. You don't really have a big dream that you want to work towards, that you just want to just chill. So whatever, I'm not even gonna do too much. I just want to live life, and then at the end of the day just be there. It's not easy to have a dream, especially in this economy where everything is expensive. Depending on your dream, it can be so expensive to work towards your dream. I'm not saying we should like applaud people who don't have dreams, but we shouldn't put them down because they're like, what's the point of putting people down if they don't have dreams? I don't get it. I'm just rambling and ranting. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. This setting powder is so good. Like, it sets the face so beautifully. The last but least thing I want to talk about is how the education system sucks, basically. Can we talk about how so many things that we need to survive are not taught in schools, where we lived practically 2/3 of our life? For example, here we do taxes, not taught in school. Credit works, not taught in school. How credit cards work, how to get mortgage, how to buy a car, how to apply for jobs, and none of these things are taught in school. And we're just learning Pythagorean theorem or whatever that you won't even use ever again once you're out of high school, unless you're going in that particular like math field or something like that. And to think about how much money we're paying like in college, are you kidding me? That we have to pay that much money and not learn anything that will actually help us live? One thing that infuriates me right now in our school is that you have to pay for, of course you have to pay for food. Food is not cheap, you have to pay for it, but the food is not good. So for example, my friend Afia barely goes to dining because the food is not good, but we are forced to pay almost $3,000 for food that we don't even go eat, and we have to spend a lot more money to buy food that we actually want to eat. Make that make sense? I feel like it should be optional. I have this MAC lipstick I've never used. Let me see if it's gonna work with this makeup. It's a pretty color. So what about not paying or giving us options? Even if we could get, so there is a difference. You get what's it called, Riverhawk dollars, where you can use to, which you can use towards, like you can use towards stores like Starbucks or Subway or stuff like that. If we could get that option, that would even be better, because that one we actually want to eat and like, instead of getting points in the dining hall for food that we barely ever eat. When the education system just sucks, and it makes me wonder if I even want to go into med school, because the amount of money that you will have to pay if you don't get scholarship or any help after you're done with med school is ridiculous. You have to like spend at least 10 years paying for it. And apart from that, right now I'm in undergraduate, right? I'm in college. I already have loans going in, so that means like a lot more loans that I have to pay for. Yeah. Sometimes I just tune everything out and not even think about it, and then life becomes zombie-ish because you're just not even thinking about anything, because you just go in a spiral if you start to think about all the things that you need to do, you need to get done in the future, everything. It gets overwhelming very, very easily. This mascara is like magic. The way it just brings on my eyebrows like I'm wearing extensions. Mad. Just mad. Did I look too much? But I'm all done. Hope you all like the makeup look. If not, whatever. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming to the FaceTime date, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.